Tonight, a St. Louis County woman who claims mistreatment by a county officer is now planning legal action.
This comes after dozens spoke on her behalf at last night's county council meeting.
Insulting and humiliating treatment of a 63-year-old black woman stopped at 2 a.m. in the morning. We cannot tolerate that in every woman.
We first told you about the woman's claims earlier this month. Only News 4's Ashley Lincoln is now getting the story on why she wants a judge to hear the case. Ashley?
Well, Courtney and Steve, Williams tells me that even if this officer was fired, she would still consider taking legal action in this case. She says on that night, that officer used his spotlight like this without his sirens instead of activating his red and blue police lights to let her know that he was a police officer.
He did not keep his lights on. He didn't have his red and blue lights behind me. He did not have his siren on. So all I'm thinking, he don't want nobody to see him nor hear him.
Millicent Williams says the memory is still vivid from the night she says she was mistreated by a St. Louis County police officer.
It's just so terrifying. I didn't drive for maybe for about a month.
Williams says back in April, county officer Nicholas Newberry pulled her over on Lackland Road. She says the officer became upset because she didn't immediately stop and instead drove to this 7-Eleven because it was in a well-lit area.
And I figured if it was a police officer, he would understand.
From there, she says the officer was aggressive, used profanity, searched her and her car.
There's no way any police officer should be able to treat a citizen in that manner.
It's stunning to me that any officer would not only pull over someone in this manner.
She and her attorney tell News 4 they're planning several steps to take legal action against St. Louis County PD.
But then taking a 63-year-old woman who just got done visiting her son in the hospital and treating her in a violent and aggressive manner. The St. Louis Police Department needs to take a serious look at this.
Attorney Mark Pedroli accuses the department of withholding information in this case, including the punishment Officer Newberry received.
They don't give people information about how they met out punishments internally.
They wouldn't tell me whether he was still on the force or not.
I've litigated many cases in which the city or the county or a municipality tries to deny information about personnel records.
I reached out to St. Louis County Police. In an email, they wrote not much can be said because this is a personnel issue. But in this letter given to Williams in August, says police investigated and steps were taken to prevent this from happening again.
It's going to take, unfortunately, litigation, and probably a lot of it.
And I did find that officer is still with the patrol division. Now, the county did tell us that they are following all rules and state laws regarding this personnel issue, and that's why they cannot release a lot of information to us. Now, Williams' husband is a retired St. Louis City police officer, and he tells us that he would also like this officer to be fired. We will continue following this story. Reporting live, Ashley Lincoln, News 4.